And welcome back to Bob Renfield. Alongside Cade Williamson, I'm Carl Blaylock, here for Game 2 of college baseball. MAC. It's MACtion, Cade.
Yes, it is. It is some Friday afternoon MACtion right here. Home opener, Game 2 of the doubleheader. This one will be the 9-inning game. The first one was a 7-inning game. We're about ready to get this one started.
Yeah, on the mound for the Bobcats is senior Braxton Kelly. 3 appearances, 1-0, as he'll have a strike 1 to Eric Arado, the right fielder for the Huskies. Huskies fell to 0-12 after the first game, a 10-2 decision for the Bobcats. The second pitch, that's going to be just a little bit high, and the count will be 1-1 for Kelly.
This is Kelly's first start this season, Carl. I know we talked about it before the second game, but Kelly has yet to start a game so far in this early season for the Bobcats.
That one's going to be lifted out to center field. That's gone! A home run, a leadoff home run for Eric Arado, and the Huskies will once again jump out to a quick lead in the first inning, just like they did in Game 1. A solo shot for Eric Arado. That's his first home run of the year. His, I believe, 6th RBI. And after a frustrating first game up at the plate, going 0 for 3, Arado will hit that one out of the park.
Yeah, he jumped on that pitch right there. It looks like Kelly's more of a flamethrower, but jumped on that fastball, looked like on the inside heart of the plate, and just took it out to right center field and over the wall, over the Bobcat logo out there.
So now it'll be Andre Demetral who gets a ball for his first pitch. That'll be a strike, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Demetral from Rochester, Michigan, batting .167. In the first game, he batted, as he will get a low pitch. That'll be a 2-1 count now. He got a single in his first at-bat in Game 1.
Yeah, he went 1 for 2 in that game.
And a stolen base, grounded into double play the other time up. That one's going to be high and inside, and it'll be 3-1 count now. Kelly has 11 strikeouts to 4 walks. The last time he appeared, it was in a loss against Evansville, as that'll be fouled up and out of play by Demetral. Kelly.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your toes there, Carl, but it looks like Kelly seems like I said earlier, he's a little bit more of a flamethrower. It looks like he's got a little bit more velocity behind his fastball, so I expect him to pump it up.
That one's going to be down the right field line, foul. We'll do it again at full count. But Kelly, last time out for him, he pitched 3 2/3 with 3 earned runs, only 4 hits, 3 walks, though. For Kelly last time out, 3-5 against Evansville. That one's going to be popped up back by us and over us. It might actually hit the roof.
I think it did hit the roof. Kind of like a little thud up there, Carl.
So we'll do it again at full count for Demetral. The 5'10 sophomore stands in, waiting for the pitch. He'll get it now. That's going to be blasted out to left field. It's going to hang up a bit, though. And the left fielder, Harbert, will get the catch. 1 down here in the top of the first.
Yeah, Demetral right there got under that one, just popped it up, skied it out to left field. That one got up in the wind out there, probably catching it up, even though it seems like the wind's died down a little bit here, a little bit more cloud cover. It's definitely colder for this game, I will say, Carl, than for the first game when we started and the sun was out and the weather was really, really nice. Is that cold front starting to move in?
Yep. Supposed to get, there's a strike to Aaron Harper from Hemet, California. He's not going to like the weather tomorrow if he's from California, is he? 4 to 6 inches of snow. Kelly's next pitch, another strike on the outside corner. 0-2 count now on Harper. Harper scored in the first inning and got a stolen base off of a walk. So he's going to foul this one off. Count will stay at 0-2. 0 for 2 officially on the score for last game. Kelly will look in, and the pitch. going to be popped up and out of play. That's something that I've already noticed with Kelly is he has good pitches, but they're easily seen.
That is true.
His speed is enough to where if he has enough speed on it, they can't catch up to him.
Well, that's what you think about a pitcher like that. The straight fastballs, that one's skied in the air.
Looks like Menzies underneath it, and the catcher will grab it. That'll be a pop out to 2, and it'll go to the designated hitter, Scott Combs.
I was impressed by Combs in that first game, Carl. He did a great job behind the dish, like we talked about his mobility. I mean, he moved around a lot right there behind the plate, made a couple good stops, got a couple plays behind the dish, and he's a solid player, and I expect him to get more involved here in this second game. Didn't really hit the best, only went 1 for 3 in that first one, but did end up driving those 2 RBIs and a single up the middle.
First pitch will be outside, ball 1. Scott is a transfer in from Michigan State to Northern Illinois.
That is true. Big Ten baseball.
That's going to be popped into the gap, but still playable. But it's going to get down. It's a base hit for Combs.
Yeah, and Harbert out there, you saw him out left field. It looks like he was trying to play a bounce out there, but I mean, we're still in the early stages of March right now, Carl. The grass out there and here in Ohio still hasn't really gotten full health yet. It's probably pretty dead out there, even though no matter how good you take well of this field, it's not really going to bounce much, especially compared to the turf, that is.
Especially when it's as wet as what it's been. It's a bit muddy out there. So, to the plate comes Malik Peters. The junior from Calumet City, Illinois, will take a strike on the first pitch.
Seems like Kelly might be trying to paint that outside corner, especially against the right-handed hitters.
That's going to be a swing and a miss from Peters. Good swing there, but just a little bit late.
Even better pitch by Kelly right there. Looked like he tried to go lower in the zone. Blew it right by him.
The pitch, it's going to be a bit high. 1-2 count now. Scoreless here in the top of the first between Northern Illinois and the Ohio Bobcats. Kelly looking to get the sign, looks over at the runner, and brings it to the dish. Check swing did not go on a pitch that was inside. And it'll be a 2-2 count now on Malik Peters. The junior batting right-handed as Kelly will bring it back to the plate. Inside. And Peters has worked it to full count.
Kelly's got to keep his command down here. He's got to make sure he has good control of his pitches, can't get things going away. As like we said, this is his first start overall this season for the Bobcats.
Here's Kelly's payoff pitch, and it's going to be lined up the middle, a base hit. Combs around to third. Peters will stay at first, and they'll have runners on the corners as Malik Peters hits a single with 2 outs. And now there's a runner in scoring position for Jonathan Latham, the catcher.
Something I liked about Peters there, that at bat, like we talked about, Carl, he worked it to a full count right there, and then he got an elevated fastball right there, caught up to it, got his hands around, and lifted it out to center field. Good solid line drive there by Malik Peters.
Latham now at the plate. He did not play in the first game. He's catching as Combs is DHing. He'll take a strike low. He thought about swinging at that one, but didn't think he could catch it in time and held off. He'll be looking for the 0-1 pitch now. Kelly will give it to him.
Good pitch.
Another strike.
Good pitch there in the inner half. Looked a little off speed right there. Got it to break inside. Got a strike there and on the hands. And once again, Kelly is up in the count.
Latham's only had 7 at-bats, going 1 for 7. It's a good OPS, though. It's a ball low. And Peters will go over to second without a throw as Minzy dropped the ball.
Yeah, he had to block, go to his knees, make sure he had it. Don't want that ball to pass because then you're going to allow another run as first inning has just kind of bit the Bobcats here so far in both of these games.
Yes, it has. Northern Illinois leading 1-0 on a leadoff home run by Arado. Here's Kelly's pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss, and that will be the inning. Northern Illinois hits a leadoff homer, but gets no more. We'll head to the bottom of the first. 1-0 NIU.
Warehouse Tire in Athens is your locally owned and operated auto and truck tire center. At Warehouse Tire, we focus on customer service with a professional staff and a huge inventory of wheels and tires for a variety of applications, including farm and industrial. We feature top brands including Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. Warehouse Tire is also a full-service auto service shop. Let us help with all of your under-vehicle maintenance, including brakes, shocks, struts, and alignments. Visit Warehouse Tire on Hebbardsville Road in Athens or online at warehousetireinc.com.
Welcome back to Bob Wren. Middle of the first, Ohio trails 1-0 on a Northern Illinois home run by Eric Irato. Pitching for the Huskies today is junior from Verona, Wisconsin, Reagan Clawwider. He's 0 for 2 on the season with a 9 ERA in 14 innings pitched. He's had 3 starts so far, 14 strikeouts to 7 walks.
Northern Illinois must just like their lefties. I mean, they started in the first game, Carl. They started Seabach. He was a big old lefty right there, your prototypical tall lefty. A little bit of an odd delivery, and that's what happens with some of those taller lefties that you bring in. I mean, they might have, the length on it. It's hard to see if you're a hitter. I know from personal experience. I mean, they might have some awkward deliveries, and they're going to go with a lefty here once again, and the Bobcats will lead off here with Peterson.
Peterson went 0 for 2 in the first game. Isaiah Peterson. Ooh, did he get hit in the head there, or is that off the bat? It looks like it's going to be off the bat, and it'll be.
I didn't see.
That was a ball one.
I didn't see any. I think it might have ricocheted off the catcher's mitt there.
It hit something. That one's going to be popped up. Is it playable?
Looks like it's coming back.
It is. And Latham, the catcher, will catch it. It's a foul out for Isaiah Peterson. And that'll be out number 1 for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the first. Now coming up is Alex Finney, the Oxford, Michigan native. Designated hitting today. He'll look to get the pitch from the 6'1 junior, Clawwider. He'll get a strike for the first pitch. Finney in the first game, 0 for 3 with a walk and a stolen base as he swings and misses on that one. It's an 0-2 count real quick. 1 out here in the first. That one's going to be wide and get past Latham to the backstop.
Good waste pitch there. You want to make sure if you're up 0-2 right there and you're going to throw a fastball and you've got to put it elevated, you got to make sure it's definitely out of the zone. Nothing that the hitter can handle right there, at least drive somewhere.
There's the pitch. It's going to bounce down the left foul line. It's going to go just foul before the third baseman, Harper, can grab it. So we'll do it again at 1-2.
And that was a good pitch right there from Clawwider. A little bit of off speed right there. Had great movement on that pitch. Kind of switched up the hitter right there, Finney, and he had some struggles to adjusting to that pitch, but nonetheless fouled it off a little bit here, and he'll stay alive in the box. 1-2 count.
Finney stands in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So that'll be a strikeout for the Huskies. Reagan Clawhider. That'll be 2 outs. And Colin Kaspauer will come in to try to get this Bobcat offense rolling. Kaspauer in the first game had an infield 2 signals, one of them being an infield hit, and popped out to shortstop. He'll take a strike for pitch 1 there.
Great pitch. Had another good movement on that pitch right there from the pitcher, Clawhider. He seems to be working, looks like either a cut fastball or a slider right there. It's got some good movement on it, I'll say.
Casper Bowers, a transfer from Iowa Western, as he'll lift that one down the left field line foul. So transfer from Iowa Western. He batted .305 there with 27 RBIs in his 2 years there. He'll look for the next pitch. It'll be high, and it'll be 1-2 the count now. 2 outs, nobody on. Bobcats trail 1-0. Here's the pitch. Ooh, did he go? He did not. The pitch was low, and it'll be a 2-2 count now.
That was a good pitch right there. Good 1-2 pitch. Clawhider is working so far in this game. I like his arsenal. He's using it very well so far to start this ball game for the Huskies.
Here's the pitch. And that's going to be lifted out into right field. That's a base hit. He's going to be trying to dig for 2. Think better of it. And Kaspauer will have a single with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, great piece of hitting right there from Colin Kaspauer. Just lifted that ball right out from where it was thrown on the inner half of the plate. Got around, got his hands around in it, lifted it out to right field, and he'll have a single right there.
Now steps up the player who had a huge game in Game 1, Spencer Harbert, who hit 2 home runs and scored 3 times with 5 RBIs in Game 1. That one is, he can make good contact on that one, but it'll be lifted out and out of play, out maybe across the road, outside Bob Wren Stadium. 0-1 pitch, and it's going to step off and throw it over to see if Casper Bauer was running. He was not. And we'll get ready for another pitch. And again, it'll be thrown over to first.
Yeah, that one was a very predictable left-handed pickoff right there. Sometimes lefties switch it up. They might go with the high kick. They might go with the drop step. You never know.
Harbert will lift that one out. Foul down the left field line.
It's 2 good foul balls. 2 solid. And that one didn't even sound like he got all of it on that one. Was Harbert. It looked like it either went off the handle or went off the end of the bat right there. It didn't even sound like he got a good pace on that one. So we'll see if he can square one up right here, even though he's down in the count.
It's an 0-2 count. He's waiting for the pitch. He's getting it. It's high. And so he'll stay alive, keep fighting with a 1-2 count. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The Middletown, Delaware native digging into the box. Here's the pitch. It's low. It's a 2-2 count now on Spencer Harbert.
Yeah, and Casper Bauer was kind of kicking himself right there over at first base. He had a good read on that ball in the dirt, and I think he thought he could have ended up at second base after that one. I mean, when you get a good read and you can read it where it's going to go, if it hits the dirt and where the catcher's going to get it, and you can easily get another base, I mean, that puts him in scoring position right now.
Pickoff attempt back to first. That'll keep Harbert waiting for some more. He'll dig in now. And the pitch. It's low. Casper Bauer is going to run this time, and he is out!
Yeah, he got thrown out right there. He had a good jump, like I talked about the pitch before, Carl. You got to make sure you got to get good reads on balls like that, balls in the dirt. He had a good read, had a good everything, but Latham showing his cannon out there behind the dish. Gunned him right down, and that will be a caught stealing right there for Colin Casper Bauer. As the Bobcats won't get anything in this half.
So that'll end the first inning. NIU leads 1-0. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Network.
Look no further than Ticketsmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at TicketSmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction, TicketSmarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events all at the very best price, look no further than Ticketsmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at TicketSmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on TicketSmarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of Ohio University Athletics. TicketSmarter, a smarter way to buy tickets.
Back in Athens here for second inning action of MAC baseball, as the first pitch will be a strike to the first baseman for the Huskies, Paxton Kennedy. Kennedy got in at the end of the game at a 4-3 force out. Kelly's pitch, low strike, and it's an 0-2 count.
Yeah, good pitches there from Kelly. Getting ahead in the count right now, especially after going down in that first inning. You want to make sure you're getting ahead in these counts.
That's going to be popped to the shortstop by Kennedy, and it bounces off his glove. It bounces off Hayding's glove, and that's going to be an error.
Yeah, I think that might be an E6 right there on Hindigus.
Hindigus, yeah.
Right there. I mean, it had some English on that ball. It kind of was speared out there to the shortstop, and I know from experience it's kind of tough to field a couple of those balls, especially when they're moving like that away from your glove like that. I mean, it's a tough play to make, and he just had some trouble handling that ball, and they are going to count that an error. That is an E6.
So now it'll be Jack Blazevich to see if the Huskies can capitalize on it. He'll bunt. That goes up in the air, back into the screen. 0-1. Blazevich, a sophomore from Woodridge, Illinois, batting 136 coming into the day. Had an infield single in game one and also struck out. Squares to bunt again. Kelly's pitch. He'll pull it back and pull it down the left field line. Foul.
He almost got that to work perfectly right there. A little bit of slug bunt action. If he could have got that down the third base line, he would have had days to run, and especially on first base as well there with Paxton Kennedy. Both of them would have had miles to run ahead. And, I mean, they're playing somewhat deep out there in the outfield, too, and the only way the person would have got the ball would have been Harvard and left.
So it'll be an 0-2 count now. Kelly will check over on the first, throw it over to Kennedy, who gets back.
I call pick off like that, Carl. That's a little nickel dime action. When you throw a dime over there, that's your best pickoff move. That one right there, that's more like a nickel. That's why we call it nickel dime.
The 0-2 pitch. It'll be fouled off over by the Ohio dugout. We'll do it again. The second baseman for the Huskies. He's had a decent season so far. 2 RBIs, 3 hits, 2 runs scored. Not walked very much, though. Only 1 walk to 6 strikeouts now. Here's the pitch, and that hit him.
Plunked him.
Northern Illinois' dugout trying to rattle Kelly some, and it might be working as he's put the first 2 people on base here in the top of the second.
That's not what you want to see if you're skipper Craig Moore either. I mean, you're already down right now 1-0, and your offense was hot in that first game, but the way that the opposing pitching has started off, I mean, that first inning was straight carved right up by Clawwider, and now pitching coach for the Bobcats will head out there, and that's Tim Brown. He'll be the one to head out there. He's a Lindenwood alum. That's where he went to college to go play baseball. Graduated there in 2004.
Yeah, he'll go out and try to calm down Kelly a bit. as he's put the first two people on base after allowing a home run in the first inning. Bobcats trail 1-0 here in the top of the second. No outs. Runners on second and first. Looks like the wind's turned around a little bit. Earlier it was blowing right to left. It's now blowing left to right out of the northwest.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of blowing out to the right center field area over there where that light pole is out there in right center field. I mean, you can tell that something's coming, Carl. Some weather's coming. I'll tell you that much. Something.
Well,
might be snowed in down here for at least tomorrow morning. It's supposed to be cold down here tomorrow.
Yep.
Sunday it looks like decent weather.
So now it'll be Matt Barnes, the center fielder, coming up. No, not the Matt Barnes, the OU journalism alum who works for the NBC affiliate in Columbus. This one's from Bloomington, Illinois, and he's going to pop a bunt up that'll land harmlessly in foul ground. Cass Bauer tried to get it, but was just a bit short. There was about 3 Bobcats going after it. And so the Bloomington, Illinois native will come back in the box.
Yeah, and you're probably going to see if Matt Barnes ends up putting this ball in play, that's a bunt. He'll try to get it down the third base line, because if he can make Casper Bauer be the one to make a play on this ball, that will take away the force there, and he'll have to either throw to second base or first, and that can move 2 runners into scoring position right here.
0-1 count. A little bit of shenanigans going on at second base. The pick play, that's going to be a ball just a little bit low.
Yeah, it looks like the bunt coverage right here for the Bobcats. I mean, both corners are in. We've got the shortstop out there, Henniges. He's covering second base, and shading toward first is Michael Richardson.
There's the bunt, and it's going to be fouled.
Yeah, hit him right there in the box.
So it'll be a 1-2 count now for Matt Barnes. Probably takes away the bunt opportunity here. No outs. 1-2 count. 2 runners on. As Kelly will look in and bring the pitch to the plate. Just outside. It'll be 2-2. That looked like a good pitch.
Yeah, it looked like it was a little bit of had some tail on that one. That didn't. It probably just tailed right out of the box right there. And Barnes still squared right there. He's got 2 strikes. He's failed to get both of his first attempts down. I'm surprised that his coaches are going to let him bunt right here.
He squares again. And the pitch. Ball. He got it back in time, and it's worked the count full.
That was a good pitch there. It looked like it was maybe right on the black of that inside part of the plate, but must have just been a little too far inside. As like you said, Carl, worked it full right here. This is a big pitch.
It is. Kelly hoping to get an out and avoid a bases loaded, no outs jam here in the top of the second. The pitch, that's going to be lifted, foul. Baker's going to try to get it, but will not get it in time. It'll hit the fence down past the Northern Illinois dugout. And we'll do it again at full count. Barnes making Kelly work a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Kelly right here, he had the count in his favor. I had 2 foul balls that were popped up, or one was popped up as a bunt, the other was a foul in the box, and now it's full.
Here's the pitch. That's going to be lifted out to right field. Slicing, but it's caught in fair territory by Roush. Runner on second base, Kennedy, will tag up. Blazevich will stay. It'll be runners on the corners with 1 out, as Barnes will fly out to the right fielder, F9. So back to the top of the order now. Eric Arado, who hit a home run in the first inning. Solo shot on the second pitch of the game.
Yeah, if I'm Kelly right here, that solo shot, that pitch was in on the hands for Arado. I would try to stick away out over the outer half of the plate rather than keeping on the inside, and he took that pitch in on the hands and just lifted it, buoyed his way with the strength that he has out to right center field with that ball that he had a solo shot in the first.
Minzy took a few steps out to give a little bit of instructions to Kelly, as Kelly will throw it over to first base. I mean, that's got to be, even if you have some of these more younger, inexperienced pitchers, you know, even though Kelly's a senior, you know, he's only had 3 or 4 appearances. It's got to help to have a calming presence like Minzy, as Arado will square to bunt.
Yeah, it looked like a safety squeeze right there, as it was a little bit of an aggressive jump over there at third base by Paxton Kennedy. I mean, if you can drive in and run right here for Northern Illinois, that's huge, getting ahead in this ball game. I mean, they got ahead in the first one, but got to stay ahead.
Here's the pitch as it squares again. That's going to be outside again. 2-0 count now on the Huskies right fielder.
Yeah, it seems like he's getting in the mind of Braxton Kelly up there up on the mound. Is Eric Arado.
The Sussex, Wisconsin native will step back in the box, and he'll line that one out in the gap in right center field. It's down. That's in the gap. It's going to be 1 run, 2 runs. Arado will stop at second. There's a play at the plate, possibly. The throw is just a little bit off, and it'll be 2 runs scored for the Huskies. They'll take a 3-0 lead as Blazevich was able to score from first on the double.
Like I said, Carl, you can't put it in on the hands there to Arado through another pitch. It looked like a fastball right there over the inner half of the plate, and Arado just took it the same way he did that home run in the first. Buoyed it out to right center field, and a double hit off the wall, one hopper off the fence out there, hit the track. Another good shot there from Eric Arado, and he's having a game here to start this second one.
Yes, he is. Now it'll be Andre Demetrol. Flied out to left his first time up. Last inning. 1 out, runner on second. Huskies lead 3-0. That'll be a low pitch. It'll be an 0-1 count for Kelly to start this batter. How many batters has he started with balls? He's struggled to stay ahead of batters.
Yeah, I know he's had a couple that he's been ahead on so far as Braxton Kelly, but you know you can't struggle about getting behind in counts as that one gets away.
That's another ball. 2-0. Minzy was able to corral it pretty easily. Not much movement from Arado on second.
If you're Northern Illinois and you're that coaching staff over there, hitting coach Luke Stewart, you got to be proud of your guys here in the second ball game. Only put 2 runs up in the first, and both of those were in the first inning. And now you've got 2 runs in the second, 1 in the first, and you're already up 3-0, and you've already matched the amount of hits you had in the first game with 4 right now.
Kelly's ready. And the pitch. Another ball. 3-0 count now. I don't think we've had a called strike for a little bit.
No, we haven't. It seems like we've got a tighter zone for this game rather than the first one. The first one, they were a little bit more lenient. Called a couple pitches out on the black. This one, you got to keep it inside, got to keep it in the little box that the umpire gives you.
There's a called strike. Demetrol looks at it. It'll be a 3-1 count now. 1 out, runner on second, and IU up 3-0 on the Bobcats. Here's the pitch. Strike. Just caught that bottom part of that zone.
Yeah, that was a good pitch right there from Braxton Kelly. He's starting to pound the zone right here, getting back in this count, and now you can't lose him. You've got it all the way back. You can't be losing it right here.
Full count. Kelly looks back the runner at second, now brings it to the plate, and it's going to be lifted into center field. Running over there. No, it's going to be the right fielder, Roush, who will get it. Arado will tag up at third. It'll be F9 this time for Demetrol, and it'll bring up Harper. Aaron Harper, the third baseman. Fouled out to the catcher last time up. Braxton Kelly hoping to get out of here with only those 2 runs against him. Harper's pitch, swing and a miss, Harper Swings and a misses at Kelly's pitch.
Looked like Kelly took a little something off right there in that pitch. Got Harper out on his front foot and swinging.
Harper hoping to get his 7th RBI here. He'll see a strike. It'll be an 0-2 count now. Kelly's a strike away from getting out of the inning.
I think something got in the eye, as they called time down there.
That is the absolute worst. I didn't play much baseball, but even in 3rd grade, I hated getting dust in my eye.
Well, I bet you the turf is a lot better than dirt.
Maybe not with the pellets.
I will say, let me tell you with experience, Carl. If it's a windy game and you're out there and you're on an actual natural grass field with the dirt and not the turf, I would take, unless you're sliding. If you slide, you can definitely get some of the pellets in your eyes when you're out there playing on the turf. But when you're in the dirt and it's windy like this, it is definitely blowing.
1-2 count on Harper. Harper will lift it out to center field. Drifting over to right. And Roush will make the head-high catch to get out of the inning. But Ohio's not able to get out of it spotless. 2 more runs on the board for the Huskies. They lead 3-0, middle of the 2nd.
Located on 741 East State Street, Steak and Shake is serving up handmade milkshakes, fresh pressed steak burgers, and crispy shoestring fries cooked right to order. Kick off your day with our breakfast served until 11 a.m. And don't forget to join us for happy hour drinks and shakes on weekdays from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m.
Left corner for 3, bang! And oh baby, what a first half it's been!
In sight, it must be right. We'll see you there at Steak and Shake Athens.
Back at Bob Brendan. Back in the box is the Bobcats left fielder. Harbert, he'll take a strike.
Big swing right there from Harbert.
He was up at bat last inning, but got stuck there after Kassenbauer got caught stealing. He's now sitting 0-2 already.
Yeah, good pitch right there. Looked like maybe a backdoor slider. Right there from Clawwider.
Yeah. Strike 3, and he's going to get tagged out there. So that's another strikeout. That's 2 strikeouts already for the NIU's Clawwider. Just an inning and a third. So now it'll be Mason Menzie, the catcher, coming up for Ohio. Menzie came in batting .250 and to the day. Game 1, struck out 3 times. Is a problem for Menzie. 12 strikeouts on the year. He'll lift that one. It's in foul play, and looks like it's over on the mounds, down the first base line. So it'll be an 0-1 count now with 1 out for the Grand Blanc, Michigan native.
Something I want to note here about Menzie is usually when you think of catchers, he's a catcher.
He's going to lift another one out of play.
Well, what I was saying there was Menzie's a catcher, and usually when you think about catchers, they're not the best offensive guys. They're more focused on their defensive craft, focused on framing pitches, focused on keeping pitches in front and blocking. And Menzie, I'm impressed with his offensive ability.
Foul another one off. He's fouled all pitches he's seen in this at-bat off.
Like I was saying about Menzie's offensive ability, I mean, he's leading the team right now with 7 doubles heading into today, so we'll see what can happen here.
That's going to be an inside pitch. It'll be 1-2. Minzy transferred into the Bobcats. He started his career at Texas Tech.
Red Raiders. Solid baseball program they've got out there, I can say that.
Minzy's going to lift that one out in the field of play down the right field line, where it's caught. It's Arado with the catch. 2 down for the Bobcats, and Michael Richardson will come up. Cambridge, Michigan, or excuse me, Maryland. The M's are getting mixed up. The Maryland native standing up, getting ready. 6'1", batting right-handed. He'll see a strike.
Good pitch right there from Clawwider. It looks like he's working in some of that. I believe it looks to be a slider here. It's got some good movement on it. It's moving across the plate, and Bobcats are having trouble with it.
That'll be a ball, maybe just a bit outside. A 1-1 count now on Richardson. Walked twice in game 1. Richardson looking in, and he'll send one to the shortstop. Over to first. That's an out, and that's it. The Bobcats go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. We'll head to the third here on the Bobcats Sports Network.
If you can dream it, you can do it. Maybe your dream is to have a vacation cabin in the woods. Or maybe your dream is to open up a cat cafe.
Who ordered the milk?
At Ohio University Credit Union, your dreams are our dreams, and we have the money to lend that will make them a reality. OUCU offers great loan rates, flexible terms, and fast responses on your application. Not a member? You can join. Really? Stop by a branch or visit oucu.org. Equal housing opportunity. Loan subject to credit approval. Federally insured by NCUA. MLS number 433809.
With 1 hit so far here as we start the top of the third. It'll be the person who got the ground out on the or received the ball on the last out. Andre Dimitrov, the shortstop. He'll foul one off on the first pitch from Kelly.
Scott Combs.
Excuse me, Scott Combs. Oh, that is right. It is Scott Combs. I can't read my scorebook. Combs will lift one out to right field. Roush is right there. And that's the third straight F9.
Fourth?
Fourth,
not fourth straight, but that is the third straight F9. But all 4 of the last outs for the Bobcats have been an F9, Carl. All lifted out, and Roush is getting busy out there in right field.
Yeah. Well, I haven't had to get too busy, though. It's mostly just been hit right to him.
You're right.
Good positioning. So now it'll be Malik Peters who will put one up the middle. That's another base hit. He's going to try for 2, but thinks better of it. And that's another base hit. And they'll have to make sure to keep him on the base paths, make sure he does not go very far, as he had a stolen base in the first inning.
I mean, Peters, I got to say, that's 2 straight at-bats in a row that he has just rocketed the ball right back up the middle, got his hands around on fastballs more up in the zone, and just lifted them right where they're from, right at the middle up toward the second baseman. It's worked well for Peters.
Now it's the catcher, Latham, up to the bat. I mean, the funny thing about Peters is he came into the day only batting 194, and he didn't really have that great of a game in the first game. I mean, I guess he went 1 for 1 with an infield single, and a walk.
But he's got 2 singles to start this one.
Yes, he does. Kelly will throw over to make sure he doesn't try to steal again. Latham will keep waiting at home plate. Six-two sophomore gets ready for the pitch, and he'll take it outside. 1-1 count now. 1 out here in the 3rd inning. NIU leads 3-0. Here's the pitch.
Ooh.
Just high?
Must have been. Either high or in. It looked like it had a little bit of tail on it. See, Kelly gave a little smile right there. He thought that one was in. I thought that one was in, too. It looked like it got at least a little bit of the inside part of that zone.
2-1 count now. Kelly delivers. And that'll be fouled back over everything behind home plate. 2-2. 5 hits so far for the Huskies. Bobcats only have 1. Huskies also got an error. Kelly will deliver the 2-2 pitch. No, he'll throw it over to first base. Malik Peters wasn't moving anything. Just sitting on the base. 2 steps away from it now. Kelly will look over there. And deliver to the plate. Low. Minzy almost threw it back as Peters made a little bit of a jump, but then ran quickly back to the base. 3-2 count now on the Husky catcher, Jonathan Latham. Latham struck out first time up. That was to end the 1st inning with runners on the corners. Here's a 3-2 pitch. It's low, and he's walked. So now 2 on with 1 out for Paxton Kennedy. The Husky first baseman scored in the 2nd inning off of an error. He'll stand in here with runners on 1st and 2nd, 1 down in the top of the 3rd. Kennedy's pitch.
Good pitch.
Swung and missed.
I think Kelly took a little bit off that pitch. Looked like somewhat of a changeup right there.
Yeah.
Good pitch went down in the zone.
Menzie yelling out instructions. Outfielder's pretty deep in the spacious outfield here at Bob Wren. The pitch. That is low. Menzie does a good job of blocking it. 1-1 count.
Yeah, and like you said about the dimensions and the spaciousness of Bob Wren, I mean, it's 340 to left and right and 405 to dead center. That's pretty deep outfield, even for college standards. That's some ground to cover out there.
Here's the pitch. Catches the bottom of the zone. 1-2 count now. NIU's not too happy with it. They've had a lot more energy this game compared to the first.
Yeah, it seems like they've just kind of been chatting it up a little bit more. The dugout's more involved with everything.
Here's the 1-2 count to Kennedy. I think it was strike. He struck him out. Didn't hit the ground.
No, what happened there, Carl, is first base was occupied, and it did hit the ground.
Oh.
But because first base is occupied in that situation, there's no drop third strike unless there's 2 outs. In that case, then that would be available.
So that'll be 2 outs now for the Huskies, as it'll be Jack Blazevich who will take a ball. Good job by Menzie sliding over and getting that.
Yeah, the past two batters, Menzie's been working back there. And I know if you're a catcher, you don't want to be working too much back there from your pitchers. I mean, you understand where you want your pitches to be, but you don't want to be moving around way too much because then you might get a little, upset with your pitchers. Like, hey, hit your spot, man.
That one's low again. Menzie once again has to block it and get it out in front of the dish to throw it back. I mean, especially in the second game of a doubleheader too. Like you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't switch this game, their catchers. I'm surprised because Alex Finney on the roster for the Bobcats, he is listed as a catcher. I'm surprised he's not catching this one, and Menzie's the DH. But nonetheless, Menzie's been back there for every single inning so far in this doubleheader matchup. I mean, it is only been 10 so far, this being the 10th inning that he's been behind the dish in total today. But still, I mean, that's some work.
Kelly grabbed the rosin bag and now brings the pitch. It's another ball. It's 3-0 now. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Huskies lead 3-0 over the Bobcats. Blazevich got hit by a pitch his first at bat. He'll walk on this one, and the bases are loaded. 2 walks this inning.
Looks like Bobcats got a lefty moving up around there in the pen. I'm not exactly sure who it might be, as they have a couple lefties listed on their roster.
Matt Barnes up now as Menzie will go out to talk to Kelly. Matt Barnes, the center fielder, flew out to right last time up. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Barnes on the season, batting .275, not including the first game. Has 2 RBIs. If he gets on base with a little bit of, it's a little bit dangerous if he gets on base with not much around him. Obviously, in this situation, might not be with the bases loaded, but it's 5 of 6 on stolen bases.
6 of 7. He had one in the
6
first
of 7,
game, too.
that's right. Here's a pitch. That's going to be blasted into center field. That'll be a hit. 1 run scores. Play at third. Gets away. It'll be a single. It'll be a 2-run signal. 2-run single for Barnes.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there from Matt Barnes. Took that pitch right where it came from, lifted it right up the gut right there. Was a great play. Got it out in the green, and 2 are able to score in, and he advances to second base on the throw.
Blazevich will be at third. And coming up to bat now is not somebody who the Bobcats want to see in this situation.
No, not at all right here.
Eric Arado already with 2 extra base hits, including a solo shot to start this game out. Bobcats, if they want to keep this game close, they have to get it out here. They cannot allow anybody to score. 5-0 already. That's going to be inside. Menzie does a good job of grabbing it, but it's still a 1-0 count.
Surprised they're still working inside right now on Arado, that is, because, I mean, his first 2 hits that he's had here so far this afternoon, in the second game, that is, both of the pitches have been on the inner half of the plate.
That'll be outside. 2-0. I mean, maybe you're just kind of going for low corner inside, expecting him to not be able to get his hands all the way inside enough to turn around on the ball.
I could see that. I could see that possibility, but if I'm anything, I get he's crowding the plate right here, but go away.
Here's the pitch. That'll be a strike.
And there's that low and in, Carl.
2-1. And you might as well go for that. Both the pitches have been inside and high. But if you go low, and it's a little bit of a breaking pitch, if you miss normally a bit low. And then that's just on the ground. He won't swing at that. Compared if it's a little bit higher, then he can take it. That one he just missed. It'll be fouled off. It'll be a 2-2 count on the Huskies' right fielder.
Yeah, and coming into today in the first game, Arado's OPS, 733. That's a pretty decent OPS, I'll say, for a college baseball athlete. I mean, 800 is usually the line of a really good hitter, but still, after today, his OPS will definitely be going up after this one.
Swing and a miss. He tries to go for the fences, and he will come away empty. But the Huskies do not come away empty this inning, scoring 2 runs. They lead 5-0, middle of the third.
When you order your groceries online with ClickList from Kroger, you can do your shopping anytime, anywhere, like the gym, the office, or your favorite comfy couch. And whether you place your order on your phone, tablet, or computer, it's still your neighborhood Kroger. So you'll find all the fresh choices, low prices, and great deals you love. And you'll save time, too. Try ClickList from Kroger with same-day pickup. Check it out at Kroger.com. Fresh food, low prices at Kroger.
Cale Baker will lead it off for the Bobcats here to start off the bottom of the third. The Bobcats trail 5-0. Baker's about as close as what you can get to a college journeyman.
Yeah.
In college baseball. Started his career in Cincinnati in 2018. Transferred to Wabash Community College as he takes a ball down low, 1-0. And then played for Ole Miss the last 2 years, 2020 and 2021. Before having this stop here in Ohio, him being a fifth-year senior. He'll foul that one off. It'll be a 1-1 count for Baker. He's like we said in the first game, he's from Gahanna, Lincoln. He's a Gahanna product out of Columbus. He'll swing and miss at that one. 1-2 count now. No outs, nobody on. Bottom of the third. The pitch, low. It'll be a 2-2 count for the graduate transfer. Came in batting only .038, and he'll swing, and he'll be out swinging on there. The third strikeout of the day for Clawhider. He's just going through. He's just chewing through this Ohio roster.
Mowing him down right now. Clawhider is dealing today, which is something that's not super expected. I mean, an ERA of 9 walking into this one, and 14 innings pitched. It looks like he's definitely going to be getting those numbers down here today. It seems like he's just out there dealing.
A.J. Roush, the right fielder. He'll take a ball as he's up to bat. The light's turning on here in Bob Wren as it's starting to get a little bit darker. Roush will turn on that one. It'll go to the shortstop, over to first. Demetral to Kennedy. And that'll be a 6-3 ground out. And now Xavier Hendigas up for the Bobcats, the redshirt junior out of Salem, Indiana. And an RBI double and an infield hit in the first game. He'll take a strike there. Already 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Nobody on. That one's going to be lifted out to center field. Playable. And caught. A very quick inning for the Bobcats as they go 1-2-3 yet again. We'll head to the fourth. 5-0 Northern Illinois.
These days, we're all doing a lot more virtually, which is why at Ohio Health, we've expanded our virtual care options and availability to make it even easier to get safe expert care at home. That includes virtual visits with over 1,000 trusted providers in every medical specialty. Learn more about our virtual health options at ohiohealth.com/virtualhealth.
Bob Wren, new pitcher for the Bobcats, freshman Brady Linkle out of Cross Plains, Indiana. Was an all-state pitcher back in Indiana. Only made one appearance this year against South Carolina Upstate. 3 strikeouts, a hit, and an inning pitched. No runs given up. The 2018 honorable. I mean, he's a pretty good player for a freshman. 6'3", righty. Out of South Ripley High School.
And in that, like you said, Carl, the 1 inning pitched so far this season, all 3 of those outs, strikeouts. I mean, and looking at him warm up right here, it looks like he's got a little gas. I mean, he looks like he's throwing pretty hard out there. I'd like to see what his off-speed stuff's like, but it seems like the Bobcats are going with a little bit guys that have some more velocity in this game. I mean, not that Edward Cutt in the first game doesn't have great velocity, but he was more of a finesse guy. He worked around the order, had a little bit of I don't want to say sidearm, but his delivery wasn't traditionally like super over the top. It was a little bit of a slot, and it was perfect, where it looks like the Bobcats are trying to go with the guys that throw straight, hard, and fast here in the second ball game.
So up to bat for the first batter that Linkle will face will be Andre Demetral. The righty will stand in. And the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Demetral, last time up, flew out to right field. That one will be just a little bit low, 2-0. Flew out to left field first time up. That's high, 3-0.
Home plate umpires making it a little difficult up there for guys up on the mound. I think both the last 2 pitches were close enough to be at least somewhere near the zone. I'm sure they were.
That'll be a strike, getting a little bit of the low end of the zone. I will say he's been consistent for both guys.
I will say that, too. He's kept it short, not as lenient as in the first game, as that zone was a little bit wider. Got more of the black, more of a pitcher's umpire.
Another strike, and it's run to full. Great job running this back after a 3-0 count for Linkle. He'll try to get the out here. Full count. The deciding pitch. Swing. And it'll be fouled off. We'll do it again. It's gotten a bit colder now. The cloud cover is completely taken over. No sun. Strike 3 on the last pitch. It was a little bit of delayed call again. But nonetheless, still a strikeout. And now Aaron Harper, a sophomore, third baseman. He'll come up. Harper with a single in the first. Flew out last time up in the second. There's a strike, as it looks like after a few balls, the freshman on the mound, Brady Linkle, has found his groove in this game.
Seems to be that way.
Flame throwing. That was a little bit of a ball, just a bit inside. 1-1 count now. 1 out. Nobody on base here in the top of the fourth. NIU leads 5-0. Scored in every single frame of this game so far. Linkle hoping to change that. That one's going to be hit up the middle. That'll get through. Base hit for Aaron Harper. So Matt Combs will come up now. Flew out to the right fielder on his first time up. Linkle was an all-state pitcher in Indiana. He'll look in on this. One runner on. The pitch. Low. Rufus is attending the game today. He's down taking pictures with the fans out right in front of our box here. He'll watch Linkle set up and throw over to first. It's going to get cold by the end of this game. It has already felt, I mean, we've talked a little bit about how the colder temperatures, obviously we're going to start getting snow and later tonight here in Athens, and it's something that seems to really calm the game down a bit. Whoa, that hits him.
Ran that pitch a little inside. Looked like it was more of a breaking ball. Didn't really break that much, though.
Looks like he just missed that pitch there, it looked like. And now coming up, Malik Peters. 2 singles in this game. 3 singles on the day, and a walk. Scored the last time up as well. There's Malik Peters. Runners on first and second, 1 out. That'll be low. 1-0 count. Linkle needing a strikeout here. Strikeout or a double play would be quite nice. Something in the air might score a run. Peters swings and tries to send that one over to the convo, but misses. It'll be 1-1 now.
Yeah, if I'm Brady Linkle right here, I'm trying to throw something low and in, maybe get a ground ball to the third baseman, possible double play. Especially if you want to get the lead runner right here, that'd be something very impressive to do.
You got to remember, Peters is quite quick. He'll swing and miss another one. He's trying. He is trying his hardest to try to send one over the fence. He fell down to a knee after that swing.
Yeah, his eyes are getting wide at some of these pitches that are over the heart of the plate right now, but Linkle's just getting them by him right.
1-2 count. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Peters looking. Linkle deals. Outside, 2-2. See if Peters will try to swing for the fences again or just go for contact here. He's done pretty well at just hitting for contact, sent several right up the middle.
Yeah, and where he sent those balls right now, Michael Richardson is playing there.
Scoots back a bit. That'll be catching the inside corner, strike 3. The second strikeout looking for Brady Linkle. And it'll be the catcher now, Jonathan Latham, for NIU, trying to get something on the board.
Yeah, and that was a solid pitch there from Linkle. I mean, a little bit of a breaking ball, tailed right into the zone. Good pitch right there, caught the inside. Solid strikeout there from Linkle, as now he's got 2 down, trying to get out of this jam right here.
Linkle still, every single out he's recorded in a college baseball game, has been a strikeout.
That is true.
Latham will stand in. He did not go on that as the ball was low. 1-0. The Mahomet, Illinois. We'll watch a ball go outside. The sun's popped back out again.
Yeah, it's peeking through the clouds once again.
That's nice to see. I mean, it is.
Well, not for the outfielders.
Well, maybe not for the outfielders, but we're not facing the sun. It's nice for us to see.
That's true.
With a 2-0 count on Latham. There's a strike. You know, if you didn't look at your weather app, you would think it's just absolutely a beautiful day. You would not think we'd get snow. We'd be having snow on the ground tomorrow.
That's how Ohio is, Carl. That's just how this whole state works. I mean, like last Saturday, it was 70 degrees, and tomorrow it's, I think the high down here is like 28.
Welcome to Ohio. Latham will watch a ball. That'll be 3-1. Brady Linkle hoping to avoid a walk. He's not given up a walk yet this season. He's on the verge of one now, though, with a 3-1 count on the Huskies catcher. That's going to be ripped in, waving around and coming home. The Huskies will score 1 on the Jonathan Latham single. Harper scores. It is 6-0 NIU.
Yeah, good rip there by Jonathan Latham. Put it right between the shortstop and the third baseman, and it looked like Harbert out there had some trouble finding out who to hit for his cutoff. I mean, you got to make sure that you're communicating that absolutely. If you're the infielders, you got to know who you're throwing to as well as an outfielder. You need to get that ball in quick. I don't know if he would have been able to cut that run down, but at least make sure that nobody else advances and holding on to the baseball.
Paxton Kennedy up now. The first baseman will take a pitch inside. Menzie will go out to visit the freshman, Linkle. I mean, that's got to help a little bit with a young pitcher like Linkle to just have somebody like Menzie behind the plate, you know, somebody experienced.
Well, I mean, that's how it also is when you're a pitcher. You develop good relationships with your catchers, at least most of the time. They got to be knowing what you like to throw, when you want to throw it. You got to be on the same page every single time, too. Good pitch.
That's a strike. 1-1 count now. And that's that rhythm you're talking about right there. Menzie sat there and went, all right, talk to me. What do you want? Because you still have to build that rapport up a little bit. I mean, this is only his second appearance for Brady, so you got to build that rapport up with Menzie. That'll be fouled into the screen. Screamed into the screen. It'll be a 1-2 count. Linkle trying to get a third strikeout here. Both of the first two were looking. In between them has been 2 base hits and a hit by pitch. One of them scored. That'll be high. And it'll be a 2-2 count now. Six runs for the Huskies. All started with an Arado solo home run to start off the game. He also hit 2 in. And there's a crack of the bat. That's into right field. That's a hit. 1 run will score. And a play at second.
Good play.
Out at second. But the 1 run will score. 2 runs will score for the Huskies. Excuse me, 3 runs. It's 8-0. NIU leads heading to the bottom of the 4th.
Let's go Cats. Let's go Labatt Blue Light. When you drink a pristine Canadian Pilsner, you're good at beer. Bobcats fans, grab a Labatt Blue Light and be good at beer. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2021 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt, registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
Welcome back into Bob Wren Stadium. Carl Blaylock alongside Cade Williamson. And it is 7-0.
Yeah, they're having some troubles out there on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they put an extra run up there. So we get ready for another inning of Bobcat baseball. So far, a great pitching by Clawhider for the Huskies. He's faced the minimum, giving up 1 hit. He got caught stealing. That was Casper Bauer. And now we start back up at the top with Isaiah Peterson. But when you're facing the minimum, that's
it's impressive, especially for the first few innings.
That's going to be lifted high onto the infield, just out onto the natural grass. The center fielder will call everybody off, and it'll be a fly out. 8. And Alex Finney will come up at the bat. Only 1 hit for the Bobcats, though. What a great, great outing by this junior, Regan Clawhider. That'll be a ball outside for Alex Finney.
Finney went 0 for 3 in that first game with a walk.
He'll make contact with that one. Out to left field on the track. And it's dropped.
I don't think they'll call that an error. I think it hit off the wall. I don't know how they'll score that, but moving back out there was Malik Peters, but that ball was close to hitting off the wall, and I think they are going to officially count that as a hit. I don't know. That ball hit a decent ways up on the wall, at least from the way I saw it. I don't really think he completely dropped it. I think he had a chance to catch it, of course, but I don't know if I would really consider that an error. It's kind of just depends on the score or whatever they're feeling.
Yeah, they're feeling a hit. So that's the Bobcats' second hit. Alex Finney with it. It'll be a double. And the person who has the only Bobcats' other hit, as he'll send one back, Casper Bauer. No, that was out to center field. I lost the ball. Finney will tag up on the F8. 2 down for Spencer Harbert. Harbert had a homecoming of sorts on Wednesday. Started his career at the University of Kentucky. He'll send this one down the right field line, down into the corner. That'll score a run. Harbert around to second. And he'll stop there. An RBI double. He'll drive in Finney and gives the Bobcats a run. They still trail 6-1. 7-1, but chipping away.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there from Harbert. Just put it right where the defense was. They were shaded more so to the left, or shaded to left field. That was for Harbert. The right fielder was playing more in the gap rather than straight up, and he just sent a screamer right over the first baseman's head for a double down the right field line.
Mason Minzie will look at a strike as his first pitch. Minzie led his high school, Bishop Foley, to the D3 state title in 2017 in Michigan. It was all USA Michigan baseball first team, as they'll send that one in the same gap. Harbert was on the run. Harbert going to come home, and he will score as the throw will hop into the catcher. And it's quickly a two-run inning for the Bobcats with only one out. Menzie with the RBI single. Now Michael Richardson will come up for the Bobcats. Richardson hoping to keep the inning going. 2 outs in the inning. 7-2. That'll be a strike, catching the bottom part of the zone. Clawwider kind of losing it a little bit, but
I think now that the Bobcats are now around to the top of their order again and they're going through their second time through, they're starting to time him up a little bit better, see his pitches out of his hand a little bit better, and making sure that they're jumping on the pitches and putting them into the grass out there for base hits.
Here's the 1-1 count. That'll be outside. 2-1 now, the count. Menzie on first base. 2 runs scored this inning. First 2 runs for the Bobcats, and IU scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fourth for a 7-2 score. That'll be low, and it'll be 3-1 now on the Bobcats' second baseman, Michael Richardson. He's not a guy you want to let get on base.
Leads the team in walks into today. He had 8.
Last 2 years, he's led the team in stolen bases. He's going to get another walk here. That's the first walk of the game for Clawwider. There's 2 on for Cale Baker. The Ole Miss transfer. Baker looking to get a hit here. He'll go.
Wow.
That'll be strike 1.
I'm really surprised that the home plate umpire called that one. You can't appeal that either. I don't really think he went fully there as much as I know we don't have the best angle at all, but still, I'm not sure that he went right there.
The 0-1 pitch. Baker definitely goes on that one and sends it out to the gap in left center. 1 run will score. They'll hold the second one at third. Baker has a RBI hit, and suddenly the Bobcats are right back into this game.
It's a big clutch hit right there by Cale Baker. Shot that one right over the shortstop's head to left center field, and now they've got runners on the corners for the Bobcats right now, and that's something that you want to see here as they're moving deeper into this game. A big inning right here, put up a 3 spot, and I believe most of their, every single run that they've scored so far has been with 2 outs so far in this inning. I mean, Finney had the double that kind of set things up, and then he ended up tagging going to third, but they had 2 outs, runner on third, and the Bobcats have played at 3 ever since then.
Josh Pethud out, the Huskies pitching coach, to calm Clawwider down. On the hit, Richardson goes over to third, and that'll bring up the Bobcats right fielder, A.J. Roush. The redshirt freshman from Powell, Ohio, will stand in.
He had 2 RBIs in the first game. Let's see if he can plate another one right here. So now the Bobcat dugout gets involved.
Here's the pitch. Inside. Ball 1. Clawwider, he had a great game going into this one, but going into this inning, but he's getting a little bit, in the words of some people would say, rattled, as there's a one up to the second baseman. That's going to be an out. It's Blazevich who will get it over to first to Kennedy for the out. But the Bobcats plate 3. It's 7-3 heading into the 5th. You're listening to Ohio Sports Network.
We've all seen the tragedies associated with drug activity and impaired driving in our state. This is Trooper Conkler of the High State Highway Patrol's Athens Post. We need everyone's help to keep drugs out of our communities, keep impaired drivers off our roads, and get people to make good decisions when driving. Traffic and community safety is the responsibility of everyone. You can do your part in calling pound 677 to report drug activity and impaired or reckless drivers to law enforcement. Together we can make Ohio a safer place to live and travel.
Welcome back to Bob Renfield. We'll start the fifth inning with a new pitcher for the Bobcats. It's Oak Creek, Wisconsin's Tyler Peck, 6'2", right-handed freshman. He'll go up against the person who made the last out, Jack Blazevich. The Huskies' second baseman will line one over the third baseman's head. That's down the line, a base hit. He'll stop and only get one, Blazevich will. He's been on base all 3 times he's been on. This one is first hit of the day, though, of this game at least. And just like that, the Huskies will look to chop back at the Bobcats' scores.
Yeah, first pitch in his collegiate career right there for Peck, and that's a screamer right there. Welcome to collegiate baseball.
So now it'll be Matt Barnes. He'll square and bunt one down the left field or down the line. He'll get the out, but it'll be a sacrifice. It'll move Blazevich up to second. Runner in scoring position for Eric Arado, who started this game out hot. He's 2 for 3 in the game. Hit a home run on the second pitch of this game, and then hit a double his second time up.
Arado's had an at-bat in every single inning now except for the 4th so far in this ball game.
1 out, runner on second. Peck's pitch. That'll be a ball.
Yeah, looked like a slider or a slurve or something like that right there. A little bit of off speed. Had some good movement on that one, I will say. Even though it was a ball, good pitch.
Peck's a big Brewers fan, being from Wisconsin, as that'll be a foul ball. Arado foul tipped it into the net with no strikes. It'll just be a 1-1 count. But a big Brewers fan being from Wisconsin is Peck. You get to see some pretty good pitchers there. Corbin Burns for one.
Brandon Woodruff.
That'll be hit to the second baseman. Over to first. That's an out. 2 outs now as Arado grounds out for 3. Now Andre Demetrol, his 4th at-bat of this game. He's 0 for 3. Flew out twice and struck out looking last time up. Runner on third, 2 outs. Here's Peck's pitch. That's a strike. A 1-1 count. 2 outs. Andre Demetral will check his swing. Did not go. 2-1.
One thing that Peck is going to have to make sure that he does is he's got to come set fully. I mean, a couple times he's moved a little quick. He comes set at the belt, but you don't have a balk in this situation.
No, a balk would mean a run. That'll be in between shortstop and third. That's a hit, the first hit of the day for Andre Demetral. That will be an RBI hit, and it'll be 8-3. So the Huskies will get 1 run back from the Bobcats, at least. Now it'll be Aaron Harper. Scored his last time up after a single. His teammates imploring him to go do good this at-bat. Peck's pitch. Minzy unable to get the ball as Demetral was running. He'll have a stolen base. It'll be Harper yet again. In the box. Hill fouling off himself. Looked like he fouled it off his chest. It'll be an 0-2 count now for Tyler Peck.
Demetral had a good jump on that pitch before. He just read it perfectly. Didn't seem like Peck was going to keep him too close. Got a good jump and ended up going down to second base. I don't know if Minzy would have been able to get him out anyway, even with a good throw.
The 0-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And that'll be a strikeout. The first of his career for Tyler Peck. But the Huskies do get 1. It's 8-3 as we're halfway through this game. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th after this.
Let O'Neill Hartman Insurance show you how Grange's strong value and fast claim service delivers league-leading coverage. O'Neill Hartman Insurance will find you a Grange auto policy that balances competitive rates and a responsive Grange claim service. O'Neill Hartman Insurance considers Grange their go-to company for their combination of great value and outstanding claim service. Call O'Neill Hartman at 740-797-4685 or visit them online at o'neillhartman.com.
You expect world-class primary care from Memorial Health System. It's time to expect more, much more. Our patients now also get free virtual urgent care. So expect our expertise everywhere and answers anytime for free. No one else offers this because we're reinventing primary care. So find out more and expect more today from Memorial Health System.
The bottom of the 5th. Huskies lead 8-3. At bat for the Bobcats is their shortstop, Xavier Hendigas. He'll swing and miss at that pitch. Hendigas' brother, Trey, played baseball in Indiana Southeast. You got any clue where that is?
Indiana Southeast. Isn't it? I want to say, well, Indiana Southeast. I got to guess it's somewhere close to Louisville, Kentucky. Am I right on that one, Carl?
New Albany, right across the river from it. Swing and a miss. That'll be a 1-2 count now on Hendigas. Yep, New Albany, Indiana, right across the river from Louisville. There's a Port of Indiana there. That'll be a high pitch. 2-2 now. That's where Trey Hendigas played. That's a strikeout. Looking for Henniges. That's the 4th strikeout for Clawhider. And Isaiah Peterson will be back up. Fouled out to the catcher in the first inning and flew out to center last inning. He'll look at ball 1 on the first pitch. Peterson was the 2017 Nebraska Player of the Year for baseball. He'll look at a high pitch. 2-0 now. I mean, Nebraska, it's not quite Iowa where you think of, small town baseball stuff, i.e. Field of Dreams and stuff like that. But, you still find that as Peterson all foul one off by the Ohio bullpen.
I mean, Omaha, Carl. Omaha's there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what College World Series is.
And it is anywhere in the Midwest, especially that far out Midwest. As they'll look at a ball. 3-1 count now. I mean, that's just small baseball to begin with. I mean, if they were honestly, they should put a team in Lincoln. That's a blast out into deep right center field. It's going to be caught right up against the wall by Matt Barnes. Another F8 for Peterson. Now that one, a little bit farther than the last one up. And now it'll be Alex Finney up for the Bobcats. He had a double last inning and scored. The designated hitter will stand in and see a pitch, 1 strike.
I know you're talking about Nebraska, Carl. I know they do have a AAA team out there, the Omaha Storm Chasers. Pretty sure, I'm not mistaken. I want to say they're either a Brewers or Royals affiliate.
That'll be out of play off the bleachers behind the NIU dugout. 0-2 count. I mean, that's a great thing about minor league baseball. I mean, you can go to almost any city in America and they'll have some at least little baseball team. I mean,
oh yeah,
even up in the cornfields where I live in Northwest Ohio, you got 2 of them to choose from. As that'll be an outside pitch, 1 and 2. I mean, you got the Toledo Mud Hens, AAA affiliate of the Tigers, or the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, a high A affiliate of the Padres.
Yep.
Both of which, I mean, they've got beautiful ballparks too. As that'll be rocketed down the left field line. Foul. So the count will stay at 1 and 2. But, I mean, those are just beautiful ballparks. And, I mean,
Ohio as a state's got a lot of baseball. I mean, you've got the Dayton Dragons.
Lake County Captains.
True. You also have the
Guardians and Reds.
Yeah,
Clippers.
You have to have the Rubber Ducks up in Akron.
Forgot about the Rubber Ducks.
Got the Rubber Ducks. Yeah, there's a lot of.
Ooh. As Finney's going to get hit there. Pitch just ran a bit inside.
Maybe the Bobcats can have another 2-out rally here.
Maybe. It'll have to be started by the third baseman, Colin Kasperbauer.
I mean, he's the one who started the last 2-out rally for the Bobcats. He had a double there with 1 out, correction, but then he ended up getting the third base runner on third with 2 down, and he ended up being driven in by another double from his teammate, Spencer Harbert. So
that's a swing and a miss.
Or correction.
I think that was Finney.
It was Finney. You are right, Carl.
You got your lines mixed up this time.
I'm looking at my stat sheets wrong right now. I'm thinking of the first inning when Kasperbauer poked one out to left center field for a base hit.
Then got caught stealing. Kasperbauer is going to get this one. This one's hooking away from the center fielder, but he'll be able to grab it. Matt Barnes, and that'll be the inning. F8 for the rest. F8 to end the inning. So we've played 5 at Bob Wren. 8-3. Huskies lead. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Network.
The past year and a half, we've all been part of unprecedented times that have been heavy. At Integrated Services for Behavioral Health, we have been here for you throughout the heaviness of the pandemic and will continue to be here for you whenever you need us. Checking in on your behavioral health and well-being is more important than ever. If you feel like you can benefit from home or community-based support, counseling, peer recovery support, and a myriad of other services we offer, please call us at 800-321-8293. We're here for you.
Bobcat fans, the Hugh White family of dealerships.
Leading off for NIU to start off the top of the sixth there, Scott Combs, the junior out of Northville, Michigan. Combs scored the last time up after getting hit by a pitch. He'll foul the first pitch off. Peck still on the mound for the Bobcats. As he'll look in for the sign and deliver. He'll get a strike. Good pitch there. He'll look to try to replicate that. Pitch. It'll be fouled off. Down the third base line. And it'll be 0-2 now. On the Huskies' designated hitter. And a single his first time up. A pretty productive day so far today. 2 hits. That one will be wide. 2-2. 8-3 the score. 8 runs on 11 hits for the Huskies. 3 runs on 5 hits for the Bobcats. The Bobcats have an error. That'll be fouled off into the Northern Illinois dugout almost. 1-2 count. Northern Illinois players down there giving a little bit of, talking a little bit back up to Scott out at the plate there for almost hitting them.
That ball.
That's fouled off. 1-2 count. Yet again. He's battling on this at-bat here. Peck will stand and deliver. And that'll be poked over the pitcher's mound. It's going to be a tough play. And it is made. What a play by Hendigas. Hendigas has his high school record for fielding percentage, and he shows why there. What great play on the just a little chopper that went over the mound. A great job to get that. And a ground out, 6-3. So now here comes Malik Peters up to bat. Peters had a productive day so far. 2 base hits in this game. Scored a run on 1 as it takes strike 1. Struck out the last time up, though.
That was a good pitch right there. A little bit more of that. Looks like it'd be a slider action up there by Peck. I mean, he's working that a lot this afternoon, seems to be.
Ball just outside.
Just a smidge off the plate was that one. And I want to say something about Hendigas in that play right there, the play before. I mean, had a great on it, but let's not discredit the great stretch over there by Cale Baker.
That'll be up the middle. Another base hit for Malik Peters. Peterson will get it out and Center field, bring it back in. Malik Peters with a 3-hit day for the Huskies.
And every single hit he's had has been sent right back up the middle, right where it's come from. That one on the ground, the other two being line drives between the second baseman and the shortstop. I mean, he's just working up that middle of the field, and Peck's gonna have to keep him close over there at first.
So now it'll be Jonathan Latham, the Husky catcher, up to bat. 1 out, 1 runner on. Peck will throw it over to keep Peters on the base. Peters had a stolen base in the first inning of this game. He's been on base a lot today. 4 out of the 5 times that he's come to the plate. That's going to be a swing and a miss from Latham. 0-1 count with 1 out. NIU batting, top of the 6th. Throw back over to first, and it got away. No interference. It's all the way down at the right field line. Peters is going to get all the way to third on the errant throw. That'll be E1. And suddenly, Peters in scoring position with just 1 out.
Like I said, he gets in your mind over there as a pitcher, and you got to make sure that you got to keep him close. And whenever that happens, that's when you start to get away from what you know how to do and the way you know how to play baseball. And sometimes you make some errors left and right.
Still an 0-1 count. Latham will swing and miss. That'll be a strike. 0-2 now on the Husky catcher. Bobcats might be a little bit lucky there wasn't a little bit of interference there as Peters and Baker kind of got tied up there on first base.
That's just baseball, Carl. That's all that is.
That'll be lifted out to right field. Roush will collect it, but it's deep enough to Peters can score easily on the sac fly. So count that an RBI for Jonathan Latham. And it's 9-3 Huskies over the Bobcats. As it'll be Paxton Kennedy, the lefty, up now for the Huskies, their first baseman. That'll get inside. Ball 1.
Looked like it almost got him. I'm surprised it didn't get him, actually.
He might be asking to see, you think that hit me? To the umpire there.
Maybe.
Kennedy scored after reaching on an error, as he'll foul this one off. Scored in the second inning off after reaching on an error. Struck out. And made it to first base.
He had a single last time up.
He had a single last time up.
And then got thrown out at second base trying to stretch it. It was a good play there by Cale Baker to get that out last time Kennedy was up.
That'll be inside. 2-1 now. Huskies lead 9-3. There's the pitch. That's a strike. Evens the count at 2. Alex Kennedy, 6'4". He's going to lift that down the left field line. Foul.
Just foul.
NIU's dugout sitting there like, that's fair, that's fair.
It was close. I mean, it was very close down there, but because it was slicing toward the line, just sliced a little too much, and that could have definitely been extra bases there. That would have got down in fair territory.
Yes, it would have. Luckily for the Bobcats, it didn't, and it's still a 2-2 count on the first baseman, Alex Kennedy. That'll be popped over to the shortstop, Henniges. Over to Baker, who had to lay out for that, and he was off the bag.
Pulled his foot right there. He tried his best, stretched out all the way, thought he might have had his right foot on there. They're going to talk this one over.
I think he had it on the bag.
It was close. If he did pull it, he pulled it right at the last second, I'll say. And they'll call him safe.
They'll keep him safe. He laid out for it for certain, but I thought he had his foot on the bag. But umpire has a much better view than what I do, and he says he's safe. So an infield single for Alex Kennedy, and that'll bring up.
They call that one an error.
Oh, they call that an error?
Yeah, that is an error. That is an errant throw there on, I believe they'll call it on Henniges there.
Yeah, that'll be E6 as Blazevich will take that one out in the left field. That's a second error today. That's a second error today that Paxton Kennedy's benefited off of, and another single by Blazevich. That's the second in consecutive innings, and suddenly this might be an inning for the Huskies. 2 outs, runners on first and second for Matt Barnes. Pitch. Barnes got that one out to center. Peterson under it and grabs it. It'll be F8 to end the inning. Huskies score 1, but that's it. They'll take a 9-3 lead going into the bottom of the 6th. Stay with us here on the Ohio Sports Network.
Bobcat fans, the Hugh White family of dealerships is your hometown Athens dealer. And to show our commitment to the community, we're offering free car washes for Ohio University students and faculty, as well as college grad discounts with all of our new brands. But that's not all. We provide free concierge service for faculty. We'll pick up your vehicle and drop it back off after service. Take advantage of our leases at under $200 per month. Come visit us on North Columbus Road, less than 5 minutes from campus, or online at visithughwhite.com. And remember, if the deal is right, it must be Hugh White.
A little bit more chill in the air than what there was at the start of these games, but nonetheless, there's baseball. And as we've learned, baseball is always great to play. As Spencer Harpert is going to look at ball 1 that bounced on the plate. I mean, baseball is a beautiful game, even if it's played before an incoming winter storm.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to get into about 5:30 territory, and we've been told that this second game here will be a 9-inning ball game. So, we're moving closer and closer into the evening. Like we said, the lights are on here at Bob Wren. So,
another ball, and it's now 2-0. That'll be fouled back into the screen. 2-1 now for Spencer Harbert. Harbert with an RBI double his last time up. Also scored a run. Had a great game in the first game of this doubleheader with a 3-run and 2-run home run with a single in between that he also scored on. He's been on 4 runs today for the Bobcats, scoring last inning as well. The pitch. Harbert's going to send that one over to the shortstop. Demetral will send it over to Kennedy for the 6-3 put out. So that'll bring up Mason Menzie, the catcher. He had an RBI single last time up. Menzie was an All-USA Michigan baseball first-teamer. He'll watch an outside ball. Then watch another ball. Menzie struck out 3 times today, all of them in the first game. Hill, woo! That one might hit a car out in the road.
If there's one driving by, yeah.
One.
Looks like the Bobcats are getting somebody moving up in the pen again. Down there, Northern Illinois has still been quiet here in the second game. That is.
There's a ball. 3-1. I mean, why would you take this guy off the mound?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't right now.
I mean,
Claw Whiter's just been dealing here in the afternoon, only giving up 5 hits, 3 runs here through.
As he throws one high for a walk
through 5 1/3.
I mean, he had the 4th inning was rough. Aside from that, he's done great today.
Oh yeah, he's been spot on, I'd say.
First 3 innings he went through the order
like
minimum.
that. Yeah, he went through all 9 batters for the first 3 innings. 4th gave up a couple 2-out hits, well, a 1-out hit, and then 2 2-out hits, and kind of had an opportunity for the Bobcats, and they ended up plating 3.
Michael Richardson trying to make an opportunity out of this as he'll see strike 1. It's going to be a ball low. 1-1 count. That's inside again. 2-1 now for the South Dorchester High School graduate. A lot of walks this year for Richardson. He'll crack that one. That is caught out in center field. No opportunity to tag up for Menzie. There are 2 outs now for Cale Baker. Baker has that baseball hair.
Oh, yeah. He's a baseball player.
Big baseball player.
You can tell by a guy what a baseball player looks like. I mean,
yeah.
He's got the flow, he's got the locks, he's got the goatee. He honestly, personally, I don't know if you know who Kyle Schwarber is, but he looks like Kyle Schwarber, but a righty with long hair. I'll say that much.
You just think I don't know who Kyle Schwarber is?
I don't know, Carl.
Come on.
I don't know, Carl. I mean, hey, personally, I know his cousin. One of his cousins I used to go to high school with a couple back before he ended up moving down to Cincinnati. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't know who Kyle Schwarber is. I don't know, man.
Middletown's own. That'll be a ball. 2-0. And you used to watch the broadcast back in the day. You could not miss that Kyle Schwarber was a Cincinnati native.
Oh, yeah, no. No, not at all.
2 outs for Baker. He'll lift one into the gap. That's down. Let's see if Menzie can score. Menzie around third. The cutoff is there. Baker will get to second. It'll be a double. Menzie stops at third. A double for Cale Baker, and that'll leave A.J. Roush with a chance to drive 2 in with a single.
There it is. Cale Baker again. Another ball in the gap. Hustle double right there.
A.J. Roush now, the redshirt freshman, up with runners on second and third, 2 outs. Bobcats trail by 6. They need some runs here.
This could, you put something in the grass right here, it makes it a 4-run ball game.
Roush will see strike 1.
Bobcats got to jump on these sliders here from Northern Illinois. I mean, Claw Whiter's been throwing a lot of off-speed stuff, and he's been hanging it out over the plate. You got to jump on those pitches, especially if it's right down the gut.
Claw Whiter sets and delivers. Strike. That was right there.
I mean, like I said, you have to jump on these off-speed pitches. They're hanging them out over the plate. Just go with it, poke it in the left center field gap. All you got to do is hit some green. It scores 2 here.
I mean, if you make good contact with that, that'll bounce off. They're going to run home. Here comes safe. Safe is Mason Menzie at home on the, let's say, pass ball there.
I think it'd be a wild pitch. I mean, it hit the dirt. I mean, it was a good block attempt there from Latham, but got away from him, and that'll play to run right there. And now all you need is a single right here, and another one comes in. And if you get a double right here and another single behind you, I mean, that's a 3-run ball game.
9-4 now, 1-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on third for A.J. Roush. Bottom of the 6th there. Roush will swing and miss. That'll be a strikeout, but the Bobcats do plate 1. We head to the 7th, 9-4. NIU leads. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Network.
Whether you're coming to Athens to root on the Bobcats, visiting friends and family, or just in town for business, the Hampton Inn in Athens wants to be your home away from home. With 86 sparkling rooms, complimentary high-speed internet, hot breakfast served each morning, and a spa and business center, you can expect a great night's stay with service that will bring you back. Visit us on the web at hamptoninn.com. That's hamptoninn.com. And go Bobcats!
If you're traveling to a game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat football.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
New pitcher for the Bobcats, freshman Zach Weber from Lebanon, Ohio. He's also only made 1 appearance, February 20th game against USC Upstate. Inning pitch and a hit. No runs. He'll try to keep the run barrage stopped here as the Bobcats trail 9-4. Here in the top of the 7th.
We've also got a substitution out there at shortstop as number 25, Traben Funderburg, checks in out there. And at shortstop, a 5th-year senior out of Beaver Creek, Ohio. Attended Beaver Creek.
Top of the order for the Huskies, Eric Arado. 2 for 4 today. He'll see a strike. You know something I've never understood, and I'm sure that pretty much anybody on one side of the country or the other, when you think USC, do you think of South Carolina or Southern California?
Well, as a sports guy, when good.
That's up the middle.
Good piece of hitting right there.
That almost hit Weber on the foot, but that's a single. 3 hits for Arado in this game. Now it'll be Andre Demitrol. But, okay, you're a sports guy. Is it South Carolina or Southern California?
Southern California.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking,
Nothing
too.
about it. I mean, you don't think USC Gamecocks. You think USC Trojans. You think about them out there on the West Coast, out in Los Angeles. There goes hit-and-run opportunity.
Ooh. Good play by the substitute Funderburg to get the out at first. Could have turned the double play, but like you said, the hit and run on, and that Arado will get safely at second. It'll be a ground out 6-3 for Demitrol, and Aaron Harper will be up now. 1 out, runner on second. when I first heard that it was in South Carolina, like I first heard USC as meaning in South Carolina, it was some person who was from down there, and I'm sitting there like,
Only people.
What?
Only people. I've met a couple people from South Carolina. Only people from South Carolina or down south call it USC down there.
Yeah.
Now I've gone all over. You know, I don't want to say all over, but you know, I spent most of my time in the Midwest. But still, everybody up here calls it. When you think of USC, that's the Trojans out there in California.
Yeah. Ball one low to Harper. I mean, I'd have to agree with that. Maybe if South Carolina had a better football program, we'd call them the real USC.
I mean, they were all right. They were all right with Steve Spurrier for a couple years.
They were okay, but it was nothing compared to Pete Carroll.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
that'll be a ball high, 2-0.
They had
Reggie Bush.
Well, yeah, they were.
Leinart.
Who else? Mark Sanchez.
I forgot about him.
John David Booty. Back when they were really good, those are a couple of their quarterbacks right there, and a couple years in a row when they were good about 05, 06, 07.
Swing and a miss. Yeah, 2-1 count now. Cloud cover completely filled. Still a little bit of blue skies, but those are out east. We just get to look at them and not have them over us anymore. Weber's pitch. That's a strike. Beautiful pitch there. It'll be a 2-2 count now. 1 out. Runner on second. A sophomore Harper looks. And the pitch is low. Full count. Speaking of good dynasties from the mid-2000s, the only team has Weber will pitch. That'll be strike 3. It just caught the inside corner. Harper cannot believe it. Scott Combs now up to the bat with 2 outs. But speaking of mid-2000s football, really the only team that could stop USC in the early 2000s was LSU winning the championship in 2004. Unless you're from Michigan, and then you think they won that.
No. You're thinking USC did technically. They shared a title. It's because they switched it all up there with the BCS and everything.
Oh, that is right.
They shared it that year in 04.
They did share it that year. But speaking of LSU, as it's a 1-0 count, Zach Weber's favorite athlete of all time, LSU graduate.
I wonder who this is going to be.
It's a swing, and it's caught. You'll have to wait and find out next half inning, next time he's pitching out there. We're halfway through 7. It's stretch time. 9-4, Huskies lead. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Network.
Jumpstart your day at the Fairfield Inn & Suites in Athens. Enjoy complimentary hot breakfast, then unwind on our beautiful outdoor patio, which includes a gas fire pit and barbecue grill. Conveniently located on East State Street, just a short drive from the Ohio University campus and uptown Athens, the Fairfield Inn & Suites is situated near many shopping and dining venues. At the Fairfield Inn & Suites, you're our #1 priority. Call 740-589-5839 to book your next visit to Athens, or find us online at fairfieldinn.com.
Back in Bob Wren, bottom of the 7th. A little bit of Piano Man over the loudspeakers in between innings. Luckily, you're in commercial break. You don't get to hear my awful karaoke on that. As Funderburg will send it up. It'll be caught in foul territory by Harper. And just like that, foul out to 5. And we're back up to the top of the order, Isaiah Peterson. Peterson so far today in this game had a rough go of it. 0 for 3, 2 foul outs to center. Last one being a really hard hit ball that took it out to the track, but nonetheless, a foul out. That'll be a strike.
That off-speed pitch has just been working all afternoon for Clawwider. I mean, he's just working that pitch left and right, and none of the Bobcats seem to be jumping on it.
Ooh, that almost hit Peterson. Really inside. That'll be low. It'll bounce before it even gets over the plate.
Yeah, he spiked that one. Spiked it right in the ground.
It's a 2-1 count. Cloud cover's completely set in now as the lights are taking over here at Bob Wren. There's just nothing more beautiful than college baseball under the lights as there's another ball. 3-1.
Well, this time Sunday will probably would still be light out. Daylight savings this weekend.
Oh, that's right. Keep forgetting I'm going to lose my hour of sleep this weekend.
Yep.
That's high, and it's a walk for Isaiah Peterson. He'll take his trip down to first as Alex Finney will come to bat. Finney 1 for 2 today. Also hit by a pitch, had a double and scored in the 4th inning. Also struck out in the first. In the first game, he was 0 for 3 with a walk and a stolen base. As
Skipper's heading out.
Yeah, are we going to have a pitching change here?
Looks like we got a righty working in the NIU bullpen.
Looks like that might be curtains for Clawwider. We'll see with 1 out and a runner on first here in the 7th, bottom of the 7th. So it gives you a little bit of time to do a little bit of trivia. Before the break, we were sitting there going, who is Zach Weber's favorite player? I told you he played for LSU. And I told you in the break it's a basketball player, as it is going to be curtain for Clawwider. Let's see who's coming out of the bullpen.
I can't quite make it out. It looks like it's either I can't make out that number from here.
It might be.
Screen's a little too much in my way.
I think it might be Sam Peterson.
I think you might be right with that one.
But we'll confirm that. We'll confirm that in a minute. While he's warming up, though, you got any guesses on who the star LSU basketball player who is Zach Weber? It is Sam Peterson. We just get confirmation.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think, Carl.
Star LSU basketball player.
Let me ask this one. Let me ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the all-time leading scorer in college basketball history?
Maybe.
Is it Pistol Pete?
It is Pistol
Heck
Pete.
yeah, there we go. It took me a minute to think.
Did you have to phone a friend for that?
No, I did not. I had to think back to my 4th grade basketball stats there for that one. Well, originally when you said, well, he's a basketball player at LSU, my 2 first thoughts were it's either Ben Simmons.
I don't know why you would think that.
Or Shaq. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's like, I don't know. Maybe he's a Sixers fan. I don't know. Maybe
even if he was a Sixers fan, I cannot imagine.
Okay, maybe he was a Sixers fan. All right, now he's a Nets fan.
Even then, even if he was a fan of the Sixers, I could not imagine him being too excited about anything Ben Simmons. I do not think that Ben Simmons is anybody's favorite basketball player.
Wow.
Although I might be a little bit biased being a 76ers fan myself.
Yeah, fair enough.
coming back to the dish now is Alex Finney, as it looks like. So it looks like Sam Peterson is done warming up for the Huskies. The sophomore righty, 6'3", out of Verona, Wisconsin.
He's got an interesting delivery, too. Looks kind of a little sidearm submarine action. So we'll see if the Bobcats will make an adjustment. And
he's had 3 appearances, 6 innings pitched, 10.5 ERA, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks. Huskies lead 9-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. Sidearm delivery, that'll be a ball. So for Clawwire, 6 1/3 innings pitched.
good productive day. 5 strikeouts on the day.
4 runs. That's into the center field. That'll be a hit. Stopping at second will be Peterson. Finney with a single. And suddenly the Bobcats are brewing here.
That they are.
Now comes Colin Kasbauer. Casper Bauer, speaking of Pistol Pete, he played basketball in high school.
Okay. It's a good lead in.
Yeah. Played basketball in high school. I mean,
well, you got to think. I mean, a lot of guys end up playing like 3-sport athletes.
Oh, yeah.
I know a couple, especially if you live small town. If you go small town,
you have
could
to.
easily
You have
be
to.
3-sport athlete. I mean, I'm from a little bit of a smaller town
That's a ball.
and you are too, Carl.
Yeah.
We're both small town Ohio guys, both of us. You're the Northwest guy. I'm the Central Ohio guy. But still, I mean, I knew so many guys that ended up being 3-sport athletes. I mean, some of them dropped off and ended up being 2, but still. Ooh.
That skips away. Both runners will advance. I mean, that looked like a catchable ball. I think that might be. I think that's a pass ball.
Yeah, that one will probably go down as a pass ball in the book. But 9-4 right now. 1 out here. A ball in the green. Ball in the outfield.
Or another pass ball.
Or that. Well, a ball in the outfield scores 2 right now, and then we got a three-run ball game. Don't count out the Bobcats right here, especially at the top of their order, actually in the heart of their lineup now.
Casper Bauer. He'll foul one off. 2-1 count now. 1 out. Runners on second and third for the Bobcats. Trailing by 5, 9-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. Casper Bauer will watch a strike. It's 2-2 on the scoreboard with 1 out. 2-2 count. Casper Bauer waiting. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again.
That's a big at-bat right here. I mean, you can't go down on strikes right here. You got to put the ball at least in play, especially try and, as a lefty, pull this ball to the right side of the infield because that will ensure a run. I mean, the first baseman over there is playing back over there, Paxton Kennedy.
There's a pitch. It's fouled off again. This one almost in the on-deck circle where Spencer Harbert sits. Harbert had a big game in Game 1. Also had a double in this game. He's somebody who, if he comes up to the plate, he could change the ball game in one swing.
He's a dangerous hitter.
Casper Bauer watches an outside pitch.
Good call.
Oh, my.
Good call there. I mean, it was an off-speed pitch. It was tailing. It didn't cross the center of the plate. This is a full count right here.
Blazevich couldn't believe it. He was jumping up and down at second base. I'm sure much of NIU couldn't believe it. And now it's full count with runners on second and third. The pitch. It hit him.
Plunked him.
And the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded for Spencer Harbert. It was a little bit warmer earlier when he hit those 2 home runs, but if he can get a hold of one here, this could be huge.
Make it a one-run ball game if he can get something down here, or even maybe a double. I mean, Casper Bauer has decent wheels over there at first base. I think he might be able to score.
That's hit. It's caught.
What a play.
It's doubled off.
What a
and that's
play.
the inning. Oh, my. Aaron Harper
What?
snags it out of the air, throws it over to Kennedy to get the out.
That's why they call it the hot corner.
Oh, my goodness. And just like that, the rally is over for the Bobcats. We'll head to the 8th inning. NIU leads 9-4. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Network.
Hi, this is Jared Dean with Dean Heating and Cooling. As your local TempStar dealer, you can experience superior home comfort with TempStar game-changing technology. Whether you need a fall tune-up or a midwinter repair call, our expert technicians will make sure your heating system is running at peak performance. Count on Dean Heating and Cooling and TempStar to keep you cozy all winter long. Find us online at deanheatingandcooling.com and go Cats!
Voice of the Bobcats, Russ Eisenstein, on behalf of David White Services, the largest heating and cooling dealer in Southeast Ohio. They've been the choice of thousands for over 45 years. Offering the most efficient Lennox heat pumps, air conditioners, and furnaces, David White Services can save you money on your heating and cooling bills.
Thanks, Russ. I'm David White.
And I'm Esther White Thomas, inviting you to call us today to schedule a free estimate for heating and cooling or a new gas fireplace.
David White Services is a proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat Athletics.
Malik Peters will lead it off for the NIU Huskies. 2 innings away from their first win of this season, leading the Bobcats 9-4. Weber's still out there for the Bobcats. He'll offer a ball for the first pitch of this inning. So as we said, Weber's favorite player, favorite athlete ever, is Pistol Pete Maravich.
Mm-hmm.
As he'll throw a ball there.
Like I said, all-time leading scorer in collegiate basketball history. Ended up playing for the Jazz, too. Had a pretty solid career there as well.
When they were still in New Orleans, if I remember right.
When they were in New Orleans is when he started his career, and I think they were in Utah by the time he ended.
That'll be a strike. It'll be 2-1. How couldn't they keep it in there with the hometown product like that? Yeah.
I mean, that's perfect. That's perfect marketing, I'll say.
It'll be a liner to the first baseman, and it'll be an out. Baker to... Be an out. Baker to... Richardson to, or Baker to Weber. And now it'll be, after the out, it'll be Latham up to bat. Latham with an RBI sac fly last time up. He'll look at ball 1.
Yeah, Latham right now working on a 1-for-2 ball game with a walk, a sac fly, a single, and a strikeout so far in this one.
He'll see a strike there, 1-1. Weber played basketball in high school, but he was a very, very, very good pitcher in high school. Ball away. It'll be 2-1. Actually, a bit of a dual threat in high school. Had a .448 batting average and a sub-2 ERA, 1.97.
Wow. That's impressive. Especially Lebanon. I'm pretty sure that's a Division I baseball program down there in Cincinnati, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, those are pretty impressive numbers, I'll say. The Cincinnati baseball scene is pretty solid from what I've seen and from what I've heard. So, I mean, those are some good numbers.
3-1 count. Here's the pitch. That'll be popped up and away. It'll be full count now for the Husky catcher, Jonathan Latham. you imagine batting 448?
No. No. Ooh.
That'll be a walk. Just a little bit low. Doesn't sound like the Bobcats liked it very much. But that'll bring Paxton Kennedy up with 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the 8th. I mean, that's insane to think about. Like, 1 out of 2 times you come up to the plate,
You're going to base hit?
you get a base hit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's wild.
Like I said, I mean, Ohio baseball, Ohio high school baseball at that, I mean, it's pretty solid. I know I played against, back in my playing days, I played against some guys a guy that was a Penn State commit, a guy that was an Auburn commit. It's a pretty good scene up there and up throughout the entirety of Ohio, especially in Cincinnati and in Central Ohio. I know that for sure.
1-1 count on the first baseman, Paxton Kennedy. 1 out, 1 runner on here in the top of the 8th. NIU leads 9-4. A little bit of a meeting between the third base coach and Kennedy over there. Same over on first. Looks like they're going to get a little bit of a play here, perhaps.
Possibly a bunt. I mean, you have third baseman for the Bobcats playing way back here. I don't know Kennedy's speed level, but maybe a bunt here, maybe a little hit and run action.
Weber's smart to it. He'll throw over to first to run Peters back. Or excuse me, Latham. Bitch. That's a strike, and it's a 1-2 count. So that'll get rid of any chance of bunting.
That's true. And I don't.
At least smartly. I mean, I guess you could still bunt. Nothing's stopping you, but I would not. Throw back to first. Latham gets back. Still birds around. You chirping around and everywhere.
I mean, weather's supposed to be good down here next week. Bobcats have a little bit of a homestand. Ooh, good pitch.
Swing and a miss. That'll be a strikeout. And 2 down. As coming to the plate is Jack Blasevich. Blasevich scoring 2 runs. Made it on base every single time he's been on today. Hit by pitch, walk, and 2 singles. Scored in both the 2nd and 5th innings. Been left on base twice. 2 outs. Runner goes. It's a bunt. Missed. Throw gets into center field as going to second, but Latham will not go anywhere past that. It'll be a stolen base. It'll be a 1 count for Blasevich. Ohio fans imploring that Blasevich was out of the box when he tried to bunt that.
I mean,
and it's a ball, actually, so it's a 1-0.
He must have pulled back late then. Looked like, I mean, he was appealing.
That's a strike. It'll be a 1-1 count. Weber got a runner on second, 2 outs. Trying to get another scoreless frame for the Bobcats. Only had 1 of them today. That's low?
I thought it was in. Looked a little in on the plate.
2-1.
I know I don't have the best vantage point from where we're at, Carl, but from what I'd seen, it looked a little inside, just a tad bit inside.
Fans all around agreed that it was an iffy call. Well, that's definitely inside, and it's 3-1. 2 outs. Runner on second. 9-4 lead for NIU here in the top of the 8th. Weber. Delivers. That is a walk. Second walk of the inning. And now Matt Barnes coming to the bat. The 5'11 senior out of Bloomington, Illinois.
Yeah, Barnes led off the first game, and now he's in the 9-hole here for the second.
Sometimes it's nice to have those 9-hole hitters that are like a leadoff. I mean, I remember, what was it? It's years ago now, but the Reds used to bat Billy Hamilton in the 9. They put the pitcher 8, put Billy Hamilton in the 9 spot.
I know Joe Madden for the Cubs did something like that there for a while, too. I believe it was either with Javier Baez or Addison Russell back when they had some of those teams that went deep in the playoffs in the mid-2010s.
That'll be a ball inside, 1-0 on Barnes. Delivery. That's a strike. It'll be a 1-1 count for Weber. Weber trying to get out of this inning. Pitch 2 scoreless here. This pitch a scoreless 1 2/3, but has 2 runners on currently. Barnes' pitch is going to be in the gap. No, it's caught by the second baseman in the gap, and he'll get it. Richardson to Baker for the putout, 4-3, and we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 2 scoreless for Weber, but the Bobcats still trail 9-4.
Okay, people, we all know what's at stake in this game. Zoe, what's at stake?
Our futures.
Our futures. And is anything gonna keep us from achieving our goal?
No way.
Because what do we have?
The plan.
Ohio's 529 plan. Because in this family, how do we play the college savings game?
Tax-free.
And where do we play it?
I don't know, Daddy.
That's okay, Pumpkin.
Want to win at college savings? Go to collegeadvantage.com/Bobcats.
Together is a wonderful place to be. That's why CareSource is devoted to keeping you and your family healthy and happy. We promise you not only reliable health care, but also a helping hand with whatever your family needs to succeed. It's why more moms in Ohio choose CareSource for Medicaid than all other plans combined. Things only get better when we work together. And together, there's nothing we can't do. We are one. Learn more at caresource.com.
Well, the wind has picked up a lot here at Bob Wren. Hot dog wrappers flying around, our papers flying around a little bit in the booth.
Yeah, the wind picked up right there a little bit over that break, Carl. Just kind of came out of nowhere as now it's blowing a little violently now out to right field. Might come into effect in this ball game, especially for some of those outfielders out there.
Mason Minzy up to bat to start out the 8th inning. It's a pitch. That's a ball. Peterson still on the mound. It's a pitch.
Ooh.
That'll be low. Too well. Yeah, you can definitely feel the nip in the air now. The colder, brutaler weather is coming. Swing and a miss for Minzy. 2-1 now. Everyone trying to get up near the objects that are not out in the wind. That'll be outside 3-1. It's gotten a lot colder and a lot nastier since we started here at 1 p.m.
Yeah, we had great weather to start today. Sunny, 60 degrees. I was in a T-shirt to start this game.
That's hit to the second baseman, who has a little bit of trouble picking it up. But Blazevich is able to grab it and throw it over to Kennedy for the putout, 4-3. So it'll be Richardson yet again coming up. Michael Richardson hoping to get on. He's got on a walk. He's 0 for 2 today, though. First pitch is going to be out into right field. That'll be a base hit for Richardson. And I believe that's his first of the day. So now it'll be Cale Baker.
Baker's 2 for 3 on the day. He's got a single, or correction, in the second game. He's had a single in the fourth and a double in the sixth. And
got an RBI for the day.
It's true.
Everyone's bundling up now. Flag's still at full extension. That'll be just low. The ball, 1-0. As you said, blowing left to right, almost out to dead right field.
Mm-hmm. It's changed today. I mean, like we talked about earlier, it was blowing north to south, blowing out to left center field, and then at the start of this game it was blowing out to right center field, and now it's just blowing out straight dead right field.
2-0 count for Baker. One runner on, one out. Bobcats trail 9-4 in the ninth, or eighth, excuse me. 3-0 now. NIU has their 9 runs on 14 hits. 2 Ohio errors, as Ohio has 4 runs on 8 hits. That'll be a strike. That'll be a 3-1 count.
I'd look to jump on this pitch right here if I was Cale Baker. 3-1 pitch. It's probably coming somewhere within the zone that you can get a good piece of it.
He'll foul that one off, and it'll be a full count. He tried to do that, but just a little bit late on it.
He's going to have to battle now.
Bobcats needs base runners, trailing by 5, hoping to avoid giving their Huskies their first win of the season. Huskies coming into this game 0-12. Baker will get struck out by that pitch. Little bit of delayed call, but they've been doing that all day. A little bit theatrical umpire. Ripping the cord. Baker struck out looking for the second out of the inning.
I think it looks so close to maybe not being a strike because of how much Baker crowds the plate. I mean, he's up on that plate. He's got a good stance and everything, and must have been there. I mean, it looked like it was close to being on the black. I'll say that much.
Could have been good framing as well. We don't exactly have the best view for how well it was framed. A.J. Roush now up. 1-0 count on him. Roush will send that one out into shallow right field. That's a base hit. Losing his helmet and getting to third is Richardson. Oh, no! Roush got picked off at first base. And that'll end the inning for the Bobcats. Oh, you cannot have that happen, especially when you're trailing.
Heads-up play, though, by the first baseman out there for NIU.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Paxton Kennedy just made sure to get back to first base in time. I mean, played it great, and unfortunately the Bobcats rally will once again be stuffed.
We'll head to the ninth. Bobcats trail by 5. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Network.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now, hip. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Plan your next visit to stand up and cheer for your Ohio Bobcats in Athens County, Ohio. Visit AthensOhio.com, the best resource for where to eat, where to stay, where to shop, and where to play. Athens County is home to countless trails and outdoor activities. Enjoy mountain biking, kayaking, rock climbing, and hiking. Find your own adventure. Cruise the Hockhocking Adena Bikeway. Mountain bike the Bailey's Trail System. Hike trails less traveled at Stroud's Run State Park. Or ride 9 thrilling motorcycle routes on Ohio's Windy 9. We can't wait to see you in Athens County, Ohio.
Ninth inning here in Bob Wren. Bobcats trailing the NIU Huskies 9-4. Now pitching for the Bobcats, Adam Beery, 6-foot freshman out of Ravenna, Ohio. He's a Portage County Player of the Year in 2021 and a 3-time captain for Rootstown High School. He'll step in, and up against him will be top of the order, Eric Arado, the lefty. First pitch by Berry. He'll be outside. His first appearance this year for Adam. Making his college debut. He'll spike that one. 2-0. Arado had a pretty good game so far today. This is a 6th at bat. I'm impressive they get around that much.
I mean, when you put up a 9 spot on the board, I mean, you're going to be moving around a lot throughout the order.
Yes, sir. And 3 for 5. Led off the game with a home run that just got it off on the right foot. He will lift that one high in the air, and Menzie will get under it and make the catch.
And that means that Arado will not have a cycle today, as he was a triple shy of having the cycle here today, and instead he pops out to the catcher right there.
Yep. Yeah, foul out to 2. And it'll be Andre Demtrell up for the Huskies with 1 down. That'll be inside. 1-0. Demtrell, 1 for 5 today with a this game, with a strikeout and had a base hit and a stolen base. And that was an RBI base hit too. In the first game, Demtrell batted 9th. That'll be low, 3-0. Demtrell batted 9th, had a single and then grounded into a double play. 2 stolen bases on the day, though. And he'll get a 4-pitch walk here. Aaron Harper up to bat now for the Huskies. He's 1 for 5, scored a run in the 4th inning, struck out twice. One out, runner on first. Adam Beery on the mound for the Bobcats.
Good pitch.
That's a strike. It was just good motion on that pitch, too.
Oh, yeah.
Good off-speed pitch. Bobcats kind of seeing what they got for the future here with these pitchers. This is, again, Beery's college debut. That'll be fouled off. It'll be 0-2.
I'd keep it or at least try to keep it low in the zone here if I'm Beery. Try to roll a double play ball right here. Get out of this inning. Hopefully played a couple in the 9th and maybe pull out a walk-off. You never know.
Bobcats trail by 5. That'll be fouled off. Way out of play. got a hold of that one, just didn't make solid enough contact there. Did Aaron Harper. Out of Emmett, California. Sure, he's not enjoying this weather right now. He fouls it off again. Heck, I'm from Ohio, and I'm not enjoying this weather. Can only imagine how a California kid is feeling about this right now.
Fair enough. I mean, he's in short sleeves out there.
Yeah, might not have just changed in between games. I mean, 60s, I mean, might be a little bit of a light jacket. I mean, he's got to get used to it living in DeKalb. But nonetheless, I mean, it's cold. 0-2. That's low. 1-2 now on Aaron Harper. 1 out. Beery sets and delivers.
Good pitch.
That is over to third. Is this a double play? 5. It'll go 5-4, but not getting the 3. Just be a 5-4 fielder's choice. And it'll bring Scott Combs to the dish. Combs on the day. He's 1 for 3 in this game. Scored a run after getting hit by a pitch in the 4th. 2 outs. Runner on first still. That'll be a strike. That was a beautiful off-speed pitch there.
He's been working it really well. Got to say, impressed by Beery's off-speed here in this ball game.
2 outs, top of the 9th. Bobcats trail 9-4 to the NIU Huskies. Pitch. That'll be up in the air. Foul territory. And it's going to be caught by Baker. And we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. NIU leads 9-4. Bobcats need 5. 5 to tie, 6 to win. We'll see if we can get him after this.
The road to a championship is built on years of practice and hard work. That's true in basketball and the construction industry. The apprenticeship and upgrade training programs provided by the Athens Area Union Building Trades produces the workforce with the most modern skills and cutting-edge knowledge in the industry. The key to success to the Bobcats on the floor is the same as your choice on the work site. The winning move is working with members of the Athens Area Union Building Trades, proud sponsor of Ohio University basketball.
You got your go-tos, your standbys, even your favorites. But the beefy, cheesy burgers at McDonald's take you back to where it all began. Your Bite Zero, when you first tasted what a burger should be like. 2 perfectly seasoned beef patties stacked with a single slice of melty cheese on a golden bun. Now at McDonald's, get 2 McDouble burgers for $3. Whatever it is to you, classics are classics for a reason. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Crunch time here at Bob Wren Stadium. NIU leads Ohio 9-4 as we enter the bottom of the 9th. Going through the score, NIU got 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, and none since. For the Bobcats, they got 3 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, for 4, 9-4, the score heading into the 9th.
As NIU's best reliever this year, Matt Solomonson, has now taken his place up there, toeing the slab now. He's got a 4.5 ERA on the season. He's only pitched a total of 2 innings and 2 appearances. He has 1 strikeout, and he's a 6'1" righty out of Chicago, Illinois. And we'll see if he can lock this game down and end it here for the Huskies and get their first victory on the season and their first MAC victory on the season.
Traben Funderburg will start out the inning for the Bobcats, and then it'll be Peterson and Finney going around back to the top of the order. So decent spot in the order for the Bobcats to be in this situation. Funderburg fouled out to the third baseman, the only at-bat he's had today. The right-hander will stand in. He'll take a strike one pitch. Funderburg, a fifth-year senior from Beaver Creek, Ohio, majoring in electrical engineering. It's a strike as he's down to his last strike to try to engineer the Bobcats some runs. 0-2 count, and the pitch. That's away. 1-2 now. Funderburg, wearing long sleeves, will get the pitch. That'll be fouled back.
He's on it. He is on it. He's only had 3 hits this season and 2 walks, 4 strikeouts for Funderburg in total. And coming into today, he was a 188 hitter. So we'll see if he can improve that average right here.
1-2 pitch. High and inside.
Ooh, that one got the home plate umpire.
He'll try to walk it off a little bit as Latham will walk the ball out to the pitcher to give the home plate umpire a little bit of time. Two-two pitch.
As it looks like a home plate umpire will be all right.
That's good. Funderburg steps back in with a 2-2 count. That's a strike 3 right down the middle. That's a backwards K to start off the 9th. And it'll go back to the top of the order for Isaiah Peterson. You can see how Matt Solomonson, he's got some good pitches in his arsenal.
Yeah, he does.
That'll get the outside corner for a strike. 1-0 on Isaiah Peterson.
Seems like the home plate umpire has expanded his zone a little bit later in this ball game. Kind of switched it up, kind of made that switch, I want to say, in top of the 8th.
That's inside, 1-1. Ironically, that's about the same time it got cold. I've done a little bit of junior umpiring, just for, just little summer leagues back home for summer jobs, and I can tell you, the colder it gets, the wider the zones are. That'll be fouled up. No, it'll be lifted out to shallow left field and dropped. It's dropped by the shortstop, Demtrall, and on the E6, Peterson will get on, and possibly could this be the beginning of a rally for the Bobcats?
I mean, they got Finney coming up to the plate. He is 2 for 3 in the second game with a double, a single, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout.
1 out. Peterson on first, bottom of the 9th. Bobcats trail 9-4. The pitch.
Good pitch.
Strike right down the middle.
Solomonson has just, came in out of the pen. He's been a solid reliever, I would say. You can definitely tell that he is probably the best reliever for the Huskies.
That pitch will be a bit outside. So 1-1 count.
Blazevich did not like that one, jumping up and down there out at second base. Thought that one was going to be a called strike.
Probably has a second best view of it out of anybody on the field. Pitch. That'll be cranked foul down the right field line. 1-2 count on Finney.
One thing you cannot do here is ground it to a double play.
Yeah, you want Colin Kasperbauer, the on-deck hitter, to get a chance here. And you just need base runners at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 1-2 pitch.
Little out.
Just high.
I thought it was out. I thought it was off the plate from my vantage point. It was close. I will tell you that.
It was quite close. NIU thought they had a strikeout, another backwards K, but he'll have another chance to do it here with a 2-2 pitch for Solomonson. That one's going to be fouled out. We'll do it again at 2-2. Alex Finney putting up a bit of a fight.
Like I said, Finney here walking this at bat 2-4-3 in this game, the second game this afternoon. First game he was 0-for-3 with a walk.
Here's a pitch. That's going to be lifted through. Base hit out into right field. Peterson had to hold up for the ball to pass, so he'll only get to second. But runners on first and second for Colin Kasperbauer for the Bobcats with only one out. They trail by 5. That's their 10th hit on the day, though.
All they need is base runners. All you need right now is just base runners. You need to get people on base. You only have one out. Do not ground to do a double play here. In all honesty, the way that Blazevich is playing out there towards second base, shaded towards second base, try to pull this ball right here, if anything.
That'll be a ball. Kasperbauer, 1-0. Bit of atmosphere. We've lost it a bit since it got cold, but it's back again here in the bottom of the 9th. 1-0. Strike right down the middle.
Good pitch.
Solomonson with a 1-1 count now to Colin Kasperbauer. Swing and a miss. A 1-2 count now on Kasperbauer. Bobcats need to get Kasperbauer to at least hit one out into play that is not a double play.
Yeah, be defensive here. You can see him up on the line now. Toes up on the line. Crowding the plate now. Not going down here without a fight.
Here's the pitch. Inside 2-2. Solomonson trying to regather. Looks at his armband. And gets ready for the pitch. Looks in. Sees what he wants. And delivers. That's going to be fouled off into one of the poles around the screens. We'll do it again at 2-2. On deck for the Bobcats is Spencer Harbert, who, albeit in very different conditions in Game 1, hit 2 home runs. That's definitely somebody you don't want to have the bases loaded for. It's a swing and a miss. Out. A strikeout for Solomonson. His second of the inning. This one swinging. And the Bobcats are out to their final out. Albeit, it's somebody you'd want to have at the plate in this situation, Spencer Harbert. That's going to be a strike one. Harbert, in his last at-bat in the 7th inning, fielded into a double play. 5-3, fly-out double play. He'll see a ball there. The count's at 1-1.
Seems like Solomonson is going to try and go with some off-speed right here as he started off the first 2 pitches going more off-speed rather than throwing something straight and hard. So Harbert.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the Bobcats are out to their final strike. 1-2 count. Bobcats trail 9-4. Runners on second and first. 2 down. The pitch connected. Out to center field. And it's caught. And that's the game. Northern Illinois will get their first win of the season, a 9-4 win. They move to 1-12. The Bobcats back to 500, 6-6. Hope you join us on Sunday for the doubleheader then. But until then, I'm Carl Blaylock, and for Cade Williamson, saying good night from Bob Wren Field.